Michaela, thank you so much for coming on our show. I appreciate it. You're speaking to me from London. Is that correct?
Yes, East London. That's right.
And how are you doing? How are you hanging in there?
It's kind of like ups and downs. Sometimes I'm struggling with the anxiety of sort of not knowing what's going on, like many other people. So I'm sort of just like occupying myself with puzzles. I go running, but my knees started getting sore. So now I've been dancing in the park, which it's been good.
Ooh, dancing in the park?
I've been dancing in the park, yes. Yeah, basically, I was running a lot, like every day, but my knees started getting sore. But anyway, one of the times when I was running, I was going through like my favorite park, and I saw this guy, and he was just sort of there, stationary, but doing these huge, motions, dancing with these huge earphones on. And I thought it was so cool that as I was running by, I just sort of gave him a thumbs up and I blew him loads of kisses. And he sort of just like gave me a thumbs up back, but he was just doing his thing. So then my brother came to stay with me. Yeah, I was like, do you want to dance in the park? And so we each have our headphones on, so he's got his own headphones, I've got mine, and we just go to the park and then we start just like dancing, and every now and again, even though we're listening to separate music, the beat like falls into the same
get
time.
The same groove,
so
and you're like,
and then we start doing the same like movements.
Have you gotten any?
Myself today, I went by myself.
Did you get any thumbs up and any kisses blown at you?
I'm too nervous to look. I just have to keep my head down and just sort of just do my thing.
That's the way I dance, even at weddings. I just don't. It's like, no one look at how bad this is.
I don't even go to them because my dancing's that bad.
Let's talk about I May Destroy You. Wow, it's fresh, it's different, it's so well done. Congratulations. There was a great cover, a New York Magazine of you, and man, you look so cool. It was just like such a stunning cover. Congrats on that. You also wrote this whole thing. You wrote every episode with no writers. You did it. You wrote everything.
Yes.
How are you doing this?
I go away and I just sort of type on the keypad. I don't plan. Like I had loads of drafts, I think like 20 drafts of each episode. I just kind of type until it makes sense. And I have a very dedicated team of exec producers and a great script editor. My first 2 drafts, I don't think they made any sense. Grammatically, editorially, I think it just looked like goo, goo, gag, gag, goo. And they just sort of take it and go, wow, this is really interesting. What does this mean? What does this mean? And I go, it means this. They're like, okay, why don't you go back and try again to write down what you just said? So then I keep doing that for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And then we have the show.
Wow. It's semi-autobiographical, if I'm correct. Do you want to set up the show for anyone that doesn't know what it is?
Yeah, I can try to set up the show. It is semi-autobiographical. I based the character of Arabella on myself, especially in the beginning. She's a writer. She takes a break from work. She goes out for a drink, and her drink is spiked, and she's sexually assaulted by strangers. This was also my story. So that was the initial inspiration with that character. But then I asked many more people questions and realized that so many people have a story around sexual consent. So I broadened it out, and I kind of have these 3 central characters, Kwame, Arabella, and Terry. How can I sum it up? They're navigating sexual life and the line between liberation and exploitation. But it's also about loads more. It's also just about friendship and about how we think and relate to one another today, and how much introspection we really have.
I was impressed the way you talk about and address these issues, but also you balance comedy with seriousness, because I will let everyone know it is funny too. It's so different and well done. I mean, do you think about like, this scene needs a joke or?
No, I don't. I don't ever do that. I just write and it comes out like that. I don't quite know yet the method to the way it comes out. But I do often go back when I try and figure out how the tone emerged as it was. I think back to my own reality when I was in the police investigation room, getting ready to give my first witness statement. And I sat there sort of realizing that the course of my life was forever going to change, and I was sort of realizing something bad had happened, and my friend was taking care of me. And as I looked to him, I noticed he was playing Pokemon Go on his phone, and that just was like,
Yeah, it's just, that's real. That's real. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh my, what are you seriously doing? Oh, wow.
it was kind of like, where am I? What is everything?
Yeah, what
You
is
know,
everything? Yeah, is life real? What just, yeah, yeah.
What a circus! What's going on? It's rape and Pokemon Go, and I don't know what to do with those two things. But here they are in one room.
Yeah, and you made it into a show and into art. It's great. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Michaela Cole in I May Destroy You. Take a look.
This is the same guy, yeah, that told you you had a drug problem and then sold you drugs in the same breath.
It wasn't in the same breath. It was
What?
in the same night, which is
Listen,
different.
he's a hypocrite. He's controlling. Is being around a controlling hypocrite good for your recovery plan? Let me just check the recovery toolbox. Ooh, surround yourself with people who affirm you.
And that's you?
Yes,
That's you.
yes, it is.
So if you were to suddenly not affirm me when I needed affirmation the most, it would make you someone I should stay away from, and a bit controlling and hypocritical.
My thanks to Michaela Cole. I May Destroy You airs Mondays at 9 p.m. on HBO. You are awesome. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thanks for having me.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on.